Good morning, friends. I am in the office right now, and by the way, I've been reading on the train, and I just started Middlemarch, and I haven't made a lot of progress yet, but it's actually a bit difficult to read. Yeah. And first thing to do in the office is turn on the coffee machine, because I need my morning coffee. So yeah. Maybe you know, maybe you don't, I do work in marketing and I write marketing copy for a living. Today we actually have a video shoot in the office too. We have to create some social marketing videos and yeah, it's gonna be a productive day, hopefully. And when I get back home I have like about an hour of a train ride again, because right now I'm going back and forth between the city I live in and the city I work in. And hopefully I get some reading done on my way back home. So yeah, talk to you later. Good morning, pretty people. I really basically just woke up. My bed is still unmade, and maybe you can hear that I literally just got up. And I've started my day with some Emmy time. I'm watching her new vlog. The plan for today is to just go into the city library and study for my upcoming exams, and I'll see, maybe I'll take you along. The last thing I filmed was yesterday morning when I was at work. I wanted to film something when I get home, but honestly I just forgot and I was tired and I went to bed really early, which is good though because now I'm up early. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready and go to the library.
This is like high quality, man.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Oh my god, and we're matching?
Yeah. I just have it in.
So, turns out I got dressed without so much as glancing at the weather report, and that was not a good idea. When I woke up today, it was very blue skies and sunny outside, and I assumed that it was gonna be all day because the last few days were warm, sunny days. And I got outside, and it was a bit cloudy, and I was like, it's gonna move away, you know? And halfway to the library, it started raining, and I decided, let me actually check the weather for today. Turns out, today is gonna be a stormy day with rain and clouds and being cold. Like cold, I mean like 19 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I got home now, switched what I was wearing, and am now actually going to the library an hour later than I wanted to. But, well, what can you do? Alright, so I am all ready for bed already. I have to take off my mascara, but other than that, I'm ready for bed. And yeah, I've been at the library for about 6 hours today. I really got some stuff done. I feel much more secure about the upcoming exams in 1.5 weeks. I actually am going to the library again tomorrow Super boring for you guys, I know. I'm with a friend though, and probably gonna hit up a cafe later, and then I'll see what I'll do of my Saturday. Otherwise, I guess Saturday will be over then. It's Friday, by the way, today. Yeah, but I did get some reading done on Middlemarch today. I am now on page 67 of like 830, and I have to say it's growing on me. So it's the first time that I'm reading George Eliot, and it's actually the first time I'm reading like a bigger English classic. Also, yes, this copy is a bit battered, not what my books usually look like, but I found it at a thrift store for €1, so couldn't pass it up. This cover is so gorgeous, and it's floppy, and I don't have to worry about breaking the spine of this big fat book because it's already perfectly broken in. But yeah, it's growing on me, and I am kind of getting the hang of George Eliot's writing now, and I'm liking it so far as you can say you like a book that has so much misogyny coming from the narrator's voice, which is a young woman, or like mostly it switches perspectives a lot, but yeah, it's like mostly from the perspectives of two young women, and it's like throbbing with misogyny. But you know, it's a stamp of the time period it comes from, and I am obviously looking through the eyes of a reader from today, a modern day reader, and that makes it difficult, but very much interested in where Miss and Mrs. Brooks lives are headed, the two young sisters that are mostly our main characters here, I guess. And also I have a little stacks of books over there because that's for the next video I'm filming, which will probably come out before this vlog because I don't know how many days I'll vlog for it to be like a proper video. We'll see. I'm doing this in my very much chaotic energy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head to bed now. Hello friends. Last thing I filmed I think was yesterday when I went to bed, and now it's a sunny day out, and I've been at the library with a friend for a few hours and did some studying. And that's Yuki. So I did get some studying done today, and now we're just gonna chill and grab some food, I guess, and then probably gonna head home. Yeah, that's it really. Guys, do you know this feeling when you paid for a book, when you ordered it, and it comes like weeks or months later and you can go pick it up without paying for it? So basically it was for free, because that's what happened with He Who Drowned the World. I am so excited for this one. It is the sequel to She Who Became the Sun, which I really liked. And yeah, it's a bit longer than the first one, but like, look at how beautifully matching these books are. Oh, gorgeous. It does not fit on the shelf though. I will have to rearrange my shelves soon because yeah, nothing fits anymore again. Also, my hair is wet right now because I did go for a little swim. Because I've been so stressed recently with, you know, work and uni and like life in general. Like, I don't know, I feel like I need to get my shit back on track. But yeah, I have always loved swimming since I was like a little wee baby, and I learned how to move in water without drowning. So my company actually pays for Urban Sports. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like this really great thing where you can use a lot of different gyms and like sports things. And so I can go to these like nice gyms that actually have pools, so I can go for a swim without like kids being around. Which, no hate to kids, but if I just want to actually swim a few lanes, you know, I want to do that in peace. So that's what I did today, and on the way back and on the way to and back from the gym, I also did do a bit more reading for Middlemarch. I am now on page 172, which is about 15% of the book. Thanks, Goodreads. And yeah, I don't really know if I like it yet or not. I've also just really got introduced to Lydgate, who's like this young upcoming doctor who moved to this like small country town because he wants to, you know, move the medical profession forward without the big competition in London. And I don't know, so far there just hasn't been happening much. It's just not, it's very slow paced. And I try to keep in the back of my mind that like when this was published originally, like you got one chapter every week or so. Actually being able to read the whole thing through in one sitting, like, okay, obviously I'm not doing it in one sitting, but like without having to wait is probably making it feel like it's stretched out longer. And also I just have to look up quite a few words. My English is not terrible, but it's also not amazingly good, so this is kind of exhausting to read, and I do have to look up words occasionally, but I'm slowly making my way through. Good morning. I am very sure you can tell it's very much still dark outside. It is Thursday, and I have started to actually enjoy to get up disgustingly early in the morning and get a little swim in before work. I noticed that this like replenishes my energy levels throughout the day, and so that's what I'm gonna do today. And I have my book with me because train ride to the gym and to work, and obviously back home too. And I'm on page 250 of Middlemarch. Let me just say, what the heck? Like, first of all, our girl marrying a man 30 years her senior, like, what the fuck? And rightfully so. Literally everyone in the book is disgusted by it. And then our cute little wannabe Dr. Lydgate, he's just so arrogant, and I hate that he's like that. Like Mrs. Vincey fell in love with him, and he's just like, I don't really care, I just care about my work. It's like, he's so arrogant and mixing up on the terms, whatever's going on. So yeah, let's see where this one goes. Hi pretty people. Alright, it's time that we got chatting again. I kind of forgot about this entire vlog because, as you know, because half this vlog was about studying, I had my 2 exams, which they went pretty good. The first exams at the like remote university, and I do feel good about them. Let's see when the results come in, if that feeling is accurate. And then after I had my exams, I had a little work trip, really short, just 2 days, but yeah, obviously didn't take my camera and just kind of forgot about this vlog. But after all this little study montage at the beginning, I am so glad that you're still here. Here's the book that we need to talk about. So I have gotten like halfway through Middlemarch by now, and Miss George Eliot is using a lot of words for very little story. So I feel like, I don't know, there hasn't, like, for these 400 pages that I've already read, not much has happened. But I have to say, I am still incredibly invested in all the little couples that have formed now in this like countryside town, and I want to know what's going to happen to them. So what we know was Rosamund married this stone old dude. Like, she's about 20 and he's like 50. So he's like 30 years older than her, and it's quite disgusting, and everyone in this town was disgusted by the engagement and the marriage that followed, and like no one was really happy about it. And the man himself isn't very happy with the marriage, and the woman, Rosamund, really did hope for something else. She's like this devoted Christian and very judgmental of everyone, but also she feels like she wants to be of a higher aid to her husband and basically wants to help him with his writing and, well, you know, his books and reading and writing. And she's trying to learn Latin and Greek just to help him out with his studies. So that's dedicated, but also I feel like it's a little sneaky way for a woman to get the education she wouldn't normally get, because Latin and Greek are things women were not allowed to study typically. So Rosamond is really trying to weasel in there. And then Mr. Casaubon, who is her husband now, he had a heart attack in the library, which was caused by stress and jealousy and probably just him being old. In that time, you know, in that time 50 was pretty old. So yeah, and then there's his young cousin who is actually, so it's his cousin's second degree, I think, because it's his mom's sister, so his aunt's grandson. Yeah, that's correct, his aunt's grandson. And he is, so Mr. Casaubon is a rich dude and he's kind of paying for Ladislaw, that's the young cousin's name. He was paying for Ladislaw's education and stuff, and Ladislaw kind of has fell in love with Rosamond, and Rosamond is very touched by Ladislaw. She would of course never think about anything that could like go against her husband or anything like that, but Ladislaw is like, I like her and I hate that she married that crocodile. So this is one drama happening in the story. The second drama happening is with the Vincys. The Vincy family is also a rather well-known family that's not doing bad, but they're also not rich. And the oldest son, he's like, oh my god, so spoiled. He's been so spoiled his whole entire life. And he started to study to become like a clergyman, but he doesn't want to. And he would rather just live and own his living by owning property. And so he was pretty sure that he would inherit like his uncle's lands and a lot of money. And he was in debt already. And he was like really preying on that money and that land he would inherit to pay off his debts. And now and like everyone knew that Fred Vincy would get the inheritance. Like everyone was so sure of it because he was his uncle's favorite person, and the uncle was like a really weird man who was really rude to most people, and he picks his little favorites and they're the only ones who get like his charming side. And Fred was this one person kind of. And then this whole debacle happens and there's a second will, and the inheritance goes to the long missing son of Mr. Featherstone, or like I think it was his son, I'm not sure. Definitely that someone entirely new to the whole town turns up at the burial and the will reading, and yeah, he gets the entire inheritance. And Fred goes empty-handed. And yeah, that obviously is a problem, and now this little rich boy is crying about having to actually do something for a living, like not just be a landlord, but actually having to do a job to earn a wage, which is just so, oh my god, dude, do you even hear yourself talking? He is so exhausting. And his little sister, Miss Vincy, she's apparently the prettiest girl in the entire town, and like everyone wants her, and she's like basically turned every guy away that has tried to like pursue her, that's from the town. And then this new guy comes in and he is called Lydgate, and he's a young doctor who's like very well traveled and isn't rich though. Like the Vincys have a comfortable living standard, and Lydgate was coming into town with the